Gbola Oba's AI video series of Dr. Samuel Johnson's History of the Yorubas, Episode 2, Origin and Early History. Disclaimer: this simplified AI book-to-movie adaptation of History of the Yorubas presents the views, interpretations, and claims of the original author. Although it is one of the earliest written accounts of Yoruba history, it should not be regarded as the final or absolute truth. History is dynamic and open to multiple perspectives. If you have additional knowledge, alternative accounts, or corrections, please feel free to share them in the comments for the benefit of posterity. Origins. Deep in the mists of time, the origins of the Yoruba nation rise out of obscurity. The people were unlettered, the language unwritten, and the only records were traditions handed down through generations by hereditary royal historians and bards. These traditions tell us that the Yoruba sprang from a royal line, from Lamurudu, or Namurudu, a figure whose name echoes the ancient Nimrod of biblical and Near Eastern legend, through his son, Oduduwa, the forefather of Yoruba kings. Oduduwa's journey led him from a place called Mecca in the east, wandering for 90 days, eventually settling at Il-Ife, where he met the Ifa diviner Agboniragun. There he took up his seat and established his dynasty. Religious revolution. According to the tradition, Oduduwa's family became embroiled in a religious conflict. The crown prince relapsed into idolatry, built pagan temples in place of the great mosque, and one young man, Brahma, destroyed the idols, thus triggering civil war. Oduduwa's faction was expelled. The king, Lamurudu, was slain. The fleeing princes traveled in different directions, some westwards, some eastwards, while Oduduwa himself went east, finally settling at Ile-Ife. Migration and settlement. While the tradition locates the origin in Arabia or Mecca, the historian notes this is unlikely. More probable is that the ancestors of the Yoruba migrated from Upper Egypt or Nubia via Arabia and were driven out by religious conflict, possibly linked to early Christianity or pagan image worship. The word Yoruba itself may derive from Yarba, the first settlement in Africa where these migrants settled. Hence, Yoruba traditions equate East and Mecca, meaning simply the land of origin in the East. Dynasties and foundations. Oduduwa died at Ile-Ife. His eldest son, Idiko Seroake, succeeded but left behind 7 princes and princesses who founded major Yoruba houses. The firstborn princess became mother to the Olowu of Owu. The second princess became mother to the Alaketu of Ketu. The third child became king of the Benin people. The fourth became Orongun of Hilla. The fifth became Onisabe of Sabe. The sixth became Olupopo of Popo. The seventh, Orafian Oranyan, became ancestor of the Oyor, Yorubas proper. Oranyan inherited the land when movable goods were apportioned among his siblings. Eventually, he became the Alafin, king, at Ilhe-Ife, and then founded the city of Oyo Ajaka, Old Oyo. Provinces and towns. From Oranyan's descendants emerged 4 major provinces of the Yoruba proper.
Equatlon, wisdom promise, thus along the right bank of the Ogo River down to Ibera Odo, Chief Daru Igana. Others include Ishain, Okeyo, Ishain, Iwanlon, Lua, Ibera Odo. Ekunwusi, Eastern Metropolitan Province, towns east of Ubu Ogun River. Chief town, Yukoni. Important towns include Ilorin, Yarawo, Iwire, Obumasho, and the Bonas at the far east. Gbola Province, southeast of the Ekunwusi area, down to Erden, Chief Khan Yeresa. Other towns include Ofa, Orion, Ukuku, Ikiro, Oshobo, Iglo, Iloba, Ichibu, and then Clift Oak Commons, house of the south or southwest of Oyo. Chief town, Idorden, the dark code, Iwood. Others, Prude Mustifa, River Woodan, Arab, Iwood, Ilora, Akirmoring, Higuti, Awen, Aborjan. You are adopt yours. That is, weeds, early or your kinks. Because they were remote, or of humanas, unless we are.
Town foundations and dates. Some key Yoruba towns and their dates of foundation or establishment. Ibadan, established as a war camp about 1829. Abeokuta, founded around 1830 by Egba refugees under Sodake. Ijaye. Original Ijaye grew in early 19th century. A new settlement, Orile Ijaye, was established in 1895 after its destruction in the War of 1860 to 1862. Thus, your video can highlight how these urban centers arose in the 19th century as the Yoruba world fractured and reformed. Wars and transformation. The four provinces and their towns were later reshaped by the intertribal wars of the early 19th century. For instance, in the Akun Otun district, the chief town Igana lost importance, and Isayan rose. In the Ikun Osi, Ikoyi was destroyed by Ilorin. The city of Oyor lies now in ruins. In Ibolo, Irisa ceased to exist and its place taken by Orfa. That in turn was partly destroyed in 1887. In the Ipo province, Ibadan, originally an Egba village and then a Yoruba military station, rose to assume dominance not only over Epo, but over large swathes of Yoruba land. Iwo became the royal city. The fragmentation of the old unity of the Oyo Empire gave rise to new city-states and reordered provinces. Spiritual and cultural continuity. Throughout this history, the spiritual dimension remained central. At every Yoruba king's accession, the sword of state Ida Oranyan is brought from Ile Ife, placed in his hands, and he makes obeisance at the grave of Oduduwa. The scepter of power lies not only in land, but in ancestral connection. The hereditary bards and drummers still preserve what they can of the oral memory. As we animate this story, remember, these are the traditions of a proud people, interwoven with myth and history. They tell of migration, dynasty, land, wars, and culture. Use them as a springboard for further inquiry. Your own version may add new chapters to the story of the Yoruba nation. Coming next, the origin of Yoruba tribes.
With a style so divine, never missed a party, always first in the line.
Echo Round City. In the heart of Lagos, long before hashtags and influencers, there were kings of the streets, big boys who ruled the 1980s and 1990s. Their swagger, their hustle, their code. Now, for the first time ever, their untold story comes alive. From the pages of an authorized biography to the big screen of your imagination, stay tuned for the book-to-movie premiere of Echo Round City, the authorized biography of one of Lagos's legendary street big boys, streaming exclusively on youtube.com at Gbola Oba from January 1st, 2026. Echo Round City, the legend lives on.